Okay, cool. So can everybody see this?
Yes.
Yep. All right. So let me first of all mute everybody. Okay. So first of all, I want to thank everyone that's taking the time to be here with me. But by no means am I an expert in my owners, but my last 3 listings have been just strictly from calling for sale by owners. I didn't know them at all previously. There weren't any referrals. It was just me cold calling and following up a script and a strategy that I have that today I will be sharing with you all. So thank you very much for being here, and it's truly I'm humbled that you guys are all here. We have right now like around 30 participants, 35 participants. So that's amazing. So thank you all for being here. So we're going to go through a couple of things today. I'm going to talk about my strategy, which is reverse selling. I'm going to explain to you guys what that is. I'm also going to show you and teach you or guide you to be more precise. I'm going to guide you on what to say when you're in that first appointment, in that preview appointment with the for sale by owner, and eventually, list a property. So what is reverse selling? So the name says it itself. Reverse selling is selling in reverse. Okay, when you apply to real estate and when you're targeting for sale by owners, you want to be the for sale by owners agent before they list with you. Now, there's a psychology behind it. Let me just ask a simple question and give you an analogy. The for sale by owner will not list with you on the first call. It will not happen. I mean, Jen, can you unmute yourself?
Yes.
Okay, Jen, let me ask you a question. Well, let me tell you something first. Let's say you and I go on a date. We're going on a dinner for the first time, and we have a good time, right? Mm-hmm. And at the end of the dinner, I ask you to marry me. Will you say yes? Now, we didn't know each other.
It depends on the vibes.
No. Well, we didn't know each other previously. It was, a blind date. And would you say yes?
No.
No, right? Okay, so it's the same thing with a for sale by owner. He's meeting you for the first time. Why would he pay 6% commission when he just met you? Now, you can show the for sale by owner how much you sold and blah, 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 like every other agent does. Well, most likely, they will not list. There's a reason why they listed for sale by owner, because they don't want to pay the commission. So you want to, call them. You want to follow up with them. You want to send them some documentation and build that trust until they list with you. So that's kind of what reverse selling is. So when you call for the first time, I do not handle any objections. So when I call them, all I want to do is just get the appointment, the face-to-face appointment. Okay, so I don't talk about pricing in the first call. I don't talk about listing in the first call. Actually, I tell them that I'm not interested in listing the property. And I tell them that in this market, most likely they will sell on their own. Now, I know that's not true. 95% of for sale by owners end up listing with a realtor. But the game is following up. All right? So why cold call? Sometimes when we get into this business, we have a sphere of influence. And once we target a sphere of influence, it's only so big. So, yes, you get a lot of referrals and that's good for the people that have that. But what about the people that don't? What about the people that already sold houses to all of their friends? What about people that already, listed their friends' homes and family members? Now you gotta go after the business. You gotta go search for business. And that's why I cold call. And when you call a for sale by owner for the first time, the turnaround for them to list is between 39 and 43 days. So we all know that when you start something new and what you do today, it will reflect income in 90 days from now. So if you start calling, give it time, just follow up with the process. That the money's not gonna come out now if you don't put in the work, okay? So I made this presentation for you guys, and I will provide to you my scripts in this slide. So please write them down. It's a very simple script. I mean, it should not take longer than 5 minutes for you to make a call with a for sale by owner. Okay, so let's go to the slide. Now, this is how the training is going to go, guys. We're gonna go over the scripts. Then after we go over the scripts, we're gonna role play a little bit, and then after role playing, we're gonna make live calls. I use Redex to call for sale by owners. You do have to have a subscription for that. However, you can go to Zillow and find for sale by owners on the daily. You can actually, if you farm your area, you can create a Zillow account as if you were the buyer, and every time a for sale by owner comes in your area, it will let you know. Okay, so let's go here. So this is my script. So when I call the for sale by owner, I start by saying, "Hi, good morning. This is Pablo Gomez. I'm a local realtor. How are you doing today?" Then they will say, "Oh, I'm doing good. How about you?" Now, I need you to understand that this is cold calling. And these people are receiving calls since 7 a.m. in the morning because some realtors don't respect time. So as soon as they list, they're getting calls. So I need you to understand that some people are going to be frustrated. So it is okay if you get the occasional, F you, or if you get the occasional, I don't want to talk to you, or the occasional hangups. That is fine. It's part of the game. But when that happens, you call back. You call the next one. If you really like the property, then put them in your CRM so you can follow up later on. But when you call the for sale by owner, you want to ask some questions, but you don't want to be so straightforward because everybody's asking the same things. So after you tell them how are you doing, and I do not say I'm from Lifestyle International Realty, only because I don't know why, but it turns them off. For some reason, when they say Lifestyle International Realty, they think expensive and they don't want to talk to you. So I just say I'm a local realtor, right? So then you can go say, I saw your home in Kendall, go up for sale. I was just wondering, will you be willing to work with a realtor if they bring you a fully qualified buyer? And the answer can be yes, or it can be no. So there are a couple of things we want to find out in this call. We want to find out if, number one, if they're willing to work with you if you bring a buyer, because that means they're willing to pay commission, okay? Then number two, you want to ask, but kind of like, hidden, which when we get to that question, I'll let you guys know in a minute. You want to know if they have a family member or a friend that's a realtor, because let's be honest, most likely, if they have a friend or a family member that's a realtor, they will not list with you. Now, you can use the objection handler, "Oh, Mr. For Sale by Owner," or, "John, have you ever been in the position that you're trying to please a friend or a family member and you end up not getting what you want to please that friend or family member?" And then, you can say that, but I mean, because of experience, most likely they won't list with you. Okay, so there's so many for sale by owners coming on a daily basis that I really do not waste my time with those people. I just go to the next one. Okay, and number three, the most important part, you want to get the face-to-face appointment. So let's say you ask them if they're willing to work with a buyer's agent. Now they say yes, awesome. And they might say something along the lines, "Yes, I'm willing to pay you 3% if you bring me a qualified buyer." You can say that right away. Well, commission is negotiable. There's nothing set in stone. Just to kind of, set the tone of the conversation. Then you can go and ask, "Okay, great. This is what I would like to do, John. I would like to pass by sometime this week and take a preview of the home. There's a lot of things I can do from there and get to work to possibly match a buyer to the home that you're selling. Are you available in the afternoons or the evenings if I were to stop by?" Now, remember that when you give them a call, and you're asking them for the appointment, you got to be very, kind of, don't be so aggressive. Everybody has a tone of voice when they call. So try to find it. And the only way to find that tone is by practicing. So when you ask him if I were to stop by, they're either going to tell you, oh, if you don't have a buyer, I don't want to show the home. And don't lie to them. Don't tell them that you do have a buyer, because realistically, you don't. So don't lie to them. Tell them, listen, I don't have a buyer. However, I do work in this area, and I can possibly match you a buyer to your home. But first, I need to see it in person. There's one thing in seeing the property in person, and then seeing the property in pictures. And then ask again, are you typically available in the evenings or in the afternoons? Or maybe the weekends are typically better for you. And then try to get an answer from them. Some of them will be very, they will say, if you don't have a buyer, I won't show you the home. So you just kind of, okay, I will call you at a later time, hang up, and call maybe some of the time. Remember, these people might not remember you. So if you call on Tuesday and you didn't get the answer you want, then you can call on Thursday and try maybe a different strategy and asking a different way, because they won't remember your call that you had from Tuesday. So it's like it's a brand new call. Okay. So let's say they say yes, that they want to show you the home. Then everybody likes working with a busy agent. So make sure you have the day set up that you can show the home. Plan your schedule. Don't let the for sale by owner control you. So say something along the lines, oh, I have today or tomorrow, or I'm available on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Does that work for you? Pick the time, control the call. Now, when is the best time to call the for sale by owner? That's really up to you. You can call them, from 9 to 10. If you call them earlier than 9, they might get upset because, they're at work. They're working and they really don't want to talk to you at that time. But let's say you want to call them at 7. They might be on their way to work. That might work too. If you call them in the morning, and this is what I do, if you call them in the morning and they don't answer, do leave a voicemail. And then if they don't answer in the morning, set up a follow for yourself to call them in the afternoon, because they might pick up in the afternoon after work. Now, what kind of voicemail are you going to leave to them if they don't answer? Hey, good morning, Mr. John. My name is Pablo Gomez. I am a local realtor. I'm just calling about the house that went for sale this morning. And I'm just interested and I'm curious, are you working with agents that bring you a fully qualified buyer? If you do, please give me a call. My phone number is 786-366-9329. Then you leave that voicemail and you wait for, sometimes they will call. Okay, if they don't call, then you just call them again in the afternoon and see if you can run your script again. Okay? All right, let me see. Guys, any questions about this first part? You can unmute yourself if you like. Okay, cool. Let me see. Okay. All right, so now, after you set up the appointment, you want to ask for their email. And the way that I do this is I say something like, listen, John, right now you see a lot of bad things in Florida or in Miami. And what I like doing to build some trust is that I would like to send you my resume to your email. So that way you know exactly who's going to be arriving to your home tomorrow at 6 p.m. And you can have it for your records. Now, what is the best email that I can send you that to? Now you got their email. Now you can follow up with them via email. You can send them your listing presentation. Now, I don't send them my resume. I don't have one. I'm a realtor. Realtors don't have resumes. I send them my listing presentation in a PDF form, and I name it, Pablo Gomez or the Gomez Group resume. But it is literally my listing presentation. But I want to get their email so I can follow up with them if they're not picking up my calls. Okay? And then after that, this is the most important question, guys, just to find out if from this point you keep moving forward following up or you stop following up with this for sale by owner. So after they give you their email, you say something, okay, got it. And quickly before I let you go, if for some reason you can't sell your home on your own, would you be open to interviewing agents in the future to help you sell your home for the highest price? Now, you're gonna get two type of answers if you ask this question. Number one, yes, I'll be open to interview all the agents later down the line. Maybe I'll wait like a month or two and see what happens. Great. Now you know that they don't have a realtor that they trust to list their home. And answer number two, they're gonna tell you, oh no, I have a friend, or I have a fulanito, or una tia, or un tío, whatever it is. They're gonna tell you they're a realtor. I most likely will list with them. Now, at that moment, it is your decision to decide if you keep following up or you stop the follow-up. Now, remember, you already have an appointment set up from them, with them for tomorrow at 6. So you need to cancel that appointment. It's just the right thing to do. So what I like doing, if I did get their email, I will set up an automatic email that will send out the next day in the morning and tell them that our meeting has been canceled. Now I just forget about it, and I will not follow up with this for sale by owner anymore if they do have somebody that they will list with, okay? Then let's say everything went well. He said he's willing to meet with all the agents. You said something like, fair enough. I'll plan on seeing you tomorrow at 6 p.m. and I'll confirm with you tomorrow before I head out, okay? Now your appointment has been set, okay? So after this, I get a lot of people ask me, also, what do you do when you're in the face-to-face appointment? Like, what do you tell them? What do you bring to the appointment? Well, the answer is nothing. You don't bring comps. I mean, if you can run the comps if you want to, but don't, because that's your sword. You have access to the comparables. He might not have that. He probably listed the house at that price because his neighbor sold at that price, but the house are completely different. So you don't want to leave that documentation, because as soon as you leave it, that for sale owner can do anything he wants with that property. Most likely he won't list. So you run the comps, put them in a folder, do everything you got to do. Be prepared if he does, if the face-to-face appointment goes good, you want to be ready for him to sign, but don't give him anything, okay? And I'm going to teach you exactly what you need to do. It's a 5-step process. We're going to go into it now. It's a 5-step process on what you need to do at the face-to-face appointment, which is very simple. It should not take you longer than 15 minutes, all right? So let's go next. These are a couple of things that you can say, prior to asking if they're willing to work with a buyer's agent. You can say something, to enter the comfort zone. You can say, listen, I know you're probably getting a tons of calls from other realtors and other agents that are trying to list your home. Am I right? And then you go to the next question. Reverse prospecting and reverse selling is telling them that they can sell on their own. Now you know that they won't, but you want to tell them that so you can build that trust. You want to become their agent. You're a resource to them if they have any questions down the line of the sale of the home. There are different strategies, but this is just one of them. For sale by owners have become, when you call them, they're pissed. So you want to, build a trust, call them and follow up. The game is following up. Okay, so let's go to the next one. All right, so face-to-face appointment. So when you arrive to the home, you got to make sure you arrive 10 minutes early. Always. If you're late, or if you're on time, you're late. And if you're late, forget about it. Just cancel. So, because at that moment, you're setting up yourself for failure. So show up 10 minutes before, make an Instagram post, or, coming soon, something like that. Because for sure you're going to get that listing. So, coming soon, you build some content to your social media. And let's say you don't get the appointment, but you're showing in your social media that you're an active agent in that, and you might not get the lead, you might not list, but you might get a lead via Instagram because, oh shit, this guy's going to thousands of appointments in a month. This guy's killing it. Now, they don't know that if you're listing or not. They don't know any of that. So make a post. get there 10 minutes earlier, make a post, say something, and then go into the appointment. On your way to your appointment, listen to music, practice your scripts, calm down a little bit, get some coffee, try to, be relaxed. It needs to be very, nonchalant, kind of, very easygoing. Don't stress it too much because it's really simple. Okay, so when you go into the home, the first thing you're gonna do is have them give you a tour of the home. So when they're showing you the house, try to find something that you have in common with them. Sorry. Look at their pictures. They will always have something that you might have in common. See if you like baseball, try to find something that that can tell you that they like baseball too, and kind of start talking about that. It's just a simple conversation. You're not going there to sell them anything. You're going there to plant a seed. It's just to get to know them and build some rapport. That is all. You're not going to list with them there. You're not going to show them the listing agreement. You're not going to run numbers. None of that. It's just letting them know, you're human, and be a resource for them to call you. I had a for sale by owner once that he told me, "Hey, Pablo, what do you think I should do? Like, how should I take the pictures, or how should I put my wording in marketing?" That for sale by owner ended up listing with me, and I told him exactly what I needed to do with a Zillow listing. Now, tell him something that about Zillow. Explain to them how Zillow works. And every time I tell them this, they're like, "Wow." So tell them, okay, so John, why do you think Zillow is free? Zillow is free for the for sale by owner because Zillow charges real estate agents like myself for marketing fees. Now, let me show you something. Pull up their listing on your phone. When I look up your listing, this is what happens. When this is your house, right? You show them the house and tell them, okay, listen, it says here, contact agent. Now let's see what happens when I click that blue button. When I click it, it says contact agent. It's gonna contact the person that has more market share in that specific zip code, right? Now, your phone number is there. What is the fourth phone number in the list of contacts? Now, most likely, the buyer will not go all the way to the end and pick the property owner, which is the fourth phone number. So typically what happens is this. There's a buyer. I'm the buyer, right? So I click contact agent. I would automatically get in contact with, Zillow will call me. Then the Zillow agent will get me in contact with the agent that has more market share in that zip code, and they're gonna use your home as a point of contact, where the realtor meets the buyer for the first time. Now, most likely, that realtor has not qualified that buyer. Most likely, that buyer cannot afford your home, but the real estate agent is gonna build rapport with that buyer. Okay, so that's why you're getting so many calls from realtors and not from actual buyers. Once you tell them that, they're like, "What? I didn't know that." So because they think they list their property in Zillow and their contact information is there, and they think they're gonna get calls directly from buyers. So yesterday I called a for sale by owner, and she's like, "Hi, Pablo, I don't want to talk to any more realtors." There you go. So kind of when you explain that to them, automatically, it opens their eyes and they get interested. Now, after that, you can, if the conversation goes very well, this is why I always say, prepare your CMA, because if it does go well, you want to show them how the numbers are looking, but do not leave them anything. Do not leave them your CMA. If they ask, "Can I have it?" Hey, listen, John, I usually leave this documentation if my clients want to list with me, but I want to take it. If you're ready to, when we're ready to have that conversation, then I'll send it to your email, right? So then after that, you want to have a very quick conversation about them and tell them how you sell homes, okay? So you want to tell them your value proposition. So you want to tell them, okay, listen, John, if you list with me, talk to them about your easy exit strategy, which for me, you know, they can cancel the listing at any time with no penalty. I mean, that's up to you. Commission, flexible commission that is negotiable. Now, how do you handle commission? When you go to a car dealership to get your service in your car, they have packages, right? So they said, okay, we're not at $65, you will get an oil change and a tire rotation. Now, if you pay $125, you get an oil change, a tire rotation, and a car wash. Now, if you pay $500, you will get all the other services plus blah, 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 right? Do the same thing. So build, packages. So, hey, John, at 7%, I would do as many open houses as you want. I will always be present at the showings. I will do this and this and this and this. Now do your research and create your own marketing. At 6%, I can do this and this and this and this. And at 5%, I will do this and this. So you let them pick, okay? And you give them the benefits of listing at 5% and the benefits of listing at 6%. Okay, so just let them pick. But you know, if they pay less, it's less work for you. All right. And then, And then when you're walking out, it shouldn't take longer than 15 minutes. So when you're walking out, you can say something like this. Hey, John, look, after looking at your home and after, you know, looking at the market, how it is right now, you're going to have no problem selling this property on your own. I mean, I am for sure that you're going to be getting a contract very, very soon. However, in the case that it doesn't happen, and you know, this is a conversation from down the line. We don't have to have a conversation now. Now, I would love to talk to you about my for sale by owner, about my plan B. I'm sorry. I would like to talk to you about my plan B for sale by owners. Now, look at the wording. It's different. My plan B for sale by owners. You're not telling them you're listing with them or that you're gonna list the property. That's a conversation for later, because you want to follow up and build that rapport. So it's your plan B strategy for sale by owner. When you say it like that, there's no listing there. They don't get, oh no, because I already told you they're not listing, right? So that's pretty much how the preview is going to go. You can ask a couple of questions as well, which I'm going to show you now, the qualifying questions that you can ask. But it's just very simple. A couple of things that I do. If you're going to sit down, let's say you sit down at the kitchen table, don't sit in front of them. Sit next to them. You're with them, not against them. It's just psychology. So if they're standing, then you're standing. But try to sit down, because when you sit down, you're more comfortable. You're more relaxed. Okay? And if he doesn't want to sit down, then invite him. Hey, can we sit down? Where can we sit down that you're most comfortable? Okay? And they will guide you there. And maybe you can say something, oh, can I have a glass of water? You know, because you want to enter that comfort zone. And by asking those type of questions, you know, they kind of calm down. Oh, I have a friend here. I have somebody that I know, you know? So yeah, so try not to sit in front of them, because just psychology wise, it just builds, you know, they're going to be looking at you and you showing the information, you're handing it to them. It just doesn't look right. Okay. So if you guys want to take a picture of this, because I'm not going to go through all of them, but these are some of the questions that you can ask while they're giving you the tour of the home. You can ask something, oh, what is the plan after selling? You know, how did you come up with this price? You know, just ask a couple of questions that can tell you basically what their plan is. And always bring something to write with. A clipboard, you know, something that you can write with that can show that you're a professional. Okay? And then after you meet with them for the first time, you want to do a massive follow-up. I mean, like I said, the turnaround is between 39 and 43 days. which means that they probably will not list with you until day 39 and day 43. Why those numbers like that? I don't know. It's just what I found out that, you know, almost when they about to hit 40 days, they get stressed out. And when they're about to hit 45 days, they even get more stressed out. So they kind of like, oh man, what's going on? My property's not selling. What's happening? Blah, blah, blah. So you got to make sure that when they start entertaining the idea to list in the MLS, you're that agent and that you're calling them. So what follow-ups do I do? So on Monday, I give them a call. Hey, John, how you doing? You know, how did it go in your open house? Did you get any contracts over the weekend? Remember, I'm here to answer any calls that you may have. And it's just that simple. Just give them a follow-up call, okay? Sometimes they will start asking you questions. Hey, Pablo, an agent came this and said this. What do you think? Then you can start building that conversation, all right? And send them an email. Remember, the first call, you already got their email. So you can either use Total Brokerage. They have a drip campaign that says steps of selling a home or selling your home. I think that's what the automation is called. And you can have that running on its own, okay? And on Friday, I'll shoot them a text. Hey, John, good luck over the weekend. Please remember that I'm here if you need any help and if you have any questions. I wish you the best of luck in the sale of the home, and I do hope you get a contact over the weekend. Good luck. Okay? So you keep following up. You keep following up. On day 39, you may want to ask this question. Hey, John, listen, I would like to meet with you because, you know, obviously the property has been in the market for 39 days and, you know, you haven't gotten any contact. It hasn't been sold yet. So I would like to talk to you about my plan B for sale by owners. Okay? And then you try to make that other appointment, and there you start talking about your listing agreement. What are you going to do for the for sale by owners? What do you do to sell homes? And then you do your whole entire listing presentation. Okay? Let me see. I think we're done with this. There we are. Guys, any questions about the scripts?
Hey, Pablo, good morning.
Hey.
I just have a quick question. Can you repeat again, where do you get that list for the sale by owner, or where you be able to see that information unless it's not in the a sign in front of the house?
Good question. So I use Redx. Let me show you what Redx looks like. I'm gonna show you right now. Okay, so let me just share my screen over here. One second. Okay, so this is what I use. I use Redx. So every single morning around 8:30 a.m., you get a list of the brand new for sale by owners. Now, Redx or Vortex in this case, which is the same thing, they get you the phone numbers. Like for example, let's say here, this the red X here means that they expired. I don't call expired. I have a different strategy with expires, which eventually I will share with you guys as well. Once I see it working, once I see the return on my investment. But I don't call expired at this moment. What I do, I call for sale by owners. Expireds are, if for sale by owners are pissed, expireds are more because they already had an agent. They already listed. Yes, they're more willing to list, but they're pissed at the realtors because they didn't sell the home, you know? And sometimes it's not about pricing. Sometimes it's about, you know, the type of marketing that they did or the pictures that they took. All of that matters. Well, to answer your question, yes, I use Redx. However, this is a subscription. You have to pay for this on a monthly basis. If you don't have Redx, where Redx get their information is from Zillow. So when Zillow posts their, you know, when the for sale by owner lists the property in Zillow, Redx takes it from there. So let me show you how that looks. So let's say we look at this property here in Florida. Okay, you have all the information, you have the address, you have the owner's name, and you have their phone number here. And then you go here to their seller list. Can you see this?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So right now you have, they listed, they dropped the price yesterday, and they just listed yesterday. So, so yeah, you see, they only have one picture here, right? They have no marketing. They listed 21 hours ago. So you see why for sale by owners will not sell on their own, because they don't know what they're doing. One picture, no marketing at all. And you see right here what I spoke to you about, guys. Contact agent. It's not the agent's phone number. It's not the owner's phone number here. Okay, so when I click here, it goes to the agent that's putting more money into the zip code. So let's go all the way down to the bottom. I want to show you guys something. Look at this. There are 3 agents, premier agents, that invest in zip code 33304, right? And look at the property owner's phone number here, number 4. Now, most likely, a buyer will not go all the way down and call this phone number. That's why they're getting a bunch of calls from realtors, because when a buyer calls, they're either calling one of these 3 guys.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
So you suggest that if it's possible and we can afford, we can subscribe to that page that you use, so that we will be able to get more accurate information, right?
Yes, I will use Radix. I mean, there are other callers that you can use, Mojo, and a bunch of other systems there that you can use. It gets more expensive as more tech savvy they get. They tend to get a little more expensive. But yeah, I love Radix. I just, I believe it's $62 a month for sale by owners. And, but it is an investment. So if you can afford it, by all means, do it, because it'll save you a lot of time.
All right. Thank you, Pablo. Thank you for the information.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so let me see who I'm going to call here. I think I saw Tony here. Tony, you there?
I'm here, bro. What's up?
All right. I'm going to pick on you for a second, okay?
Okay, let's do it.
All right. So we're going to role play. I'm going to run my script with you. And let me see. I'm going to run my script with you. And don't be tricky. Let's try to show the good side of a call. Let's make a good call. Because I know you sometimes throw some questions that makes it difficult to answer, which is real. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that, but let's try to give these people, a good call. All right. So when I say ring ring, you're the for sale by owner. I am the realtor calling. Okay. So I'm Prospective.
Okay.
All right. Ring ring. Hey Tony, how you doing? My name is Pablo Gomez. I'm a local realtor. How you doing today?
Hey Pablo, I'm doing good. Yourself?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. Hey, Tony, I saw your home in Kendall go up for sale today. I was just wondering, are you working with realtors that bring you a fully qualified buyer at this moment?
Right now I want to test the market, so I would say no, but, possibly in the future, yes.
Awesome. Great. That sounds good. So here's what I would like to do, Tony. I know you may not be interested to working with a buyer's agent at this moment, but I would like to pass by the home just to take a look at it. And from there, I can do a lot. I can, prospect to the buyers that I have right now in my market. So will you be available maybe in the afternoons, or are the evenings typically better for you?
Sorry, Pablo, can you say why is it that you want to come, why you want to come see my house again?
Good question, Tony. So, sometimes pictures don't do any justice. So I know you have beautiful pictures in your listing. What I would like to do is just pass by. I won't take much of your time. I will only be there for 10 minutes. We can have a quick conversation. And after that, I can see if I can match you a buyer to your home. How does that sound?
Yeah, that sounds good. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay, cool. So how's tomorrow at 6 p.m. for you?
I was thinking more like 3 p.m. Does that work for you?
Let me look at my calendar real quick. Give me 1 second. Yeah, that works for me. 3 p.m. And Tony, this is what I like to do. I like to send, for sale by owners like yourself, my resume. So just so you know exactly what's going to be arriving to your home. Right nowadays you see a lot of bad things going on, and I want you to feel comfortable and have my information. So what's the best email that I can send you that to?
Sure, no problem, Pablo. My email is t.rivero@lifestyleir.com.
Beautiful, beautiful. And Tony, listen, now that I have you on the line, and before I let you go, you're gonna have no problem, especially in this market, in selling your home. I'm confident that you're gonna sell it on your own, and you're gonna need help from any agent to sell the property. But in the case that you don't, Tony, do you have a person that you trust that that you might list later in the future, or you might be interested in interviewing agents like myself to help you sell your property for adds value?
No, I've never worked with a real estate agent to sell any of my homes before.
Great. So, all right, Tony. So I'm gonna send you that email as soon as we done with this call, and I'm looking forward to see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. And I will be sending you a text or an email just to confirm our appointment. If anything changes, please let me know.
Got it. Thanks.
All right, Tony. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Pablo.
Okay, so you guys saw how that call went. So that's a good call. Not all of them go like that, but most of them do. And those are the people that you kind of want to work with. Not everybody is going to fit your criteria. So try to build a profile. And if that for sale by owner fits that profile, then follow up with that for sale by owner. Some people are going to be assholes. By the way, thank you, Tony. Some people are going to be assholes, and they're going to, kind of not hang up on you, or they're going to, tell you, fuck you or something like that. It's normal. It's fine. Do not get discouraged by that. Just hang up and and call the next one. And remember this, these people don't know you. They don't know who you are. You're a complete stranger to them. So if you call and you get stuck, no big deal. Hang up and call the next number. It's happened to me a bunch of times. I mean, I call and I'm like, and that's it. I mean, the call already started wrong, and I get stuck. It happens. So, but the more you do it, the better you get at it. And the more preview appointments you go to, the more you know your market. I had a buyer that called me from Zillow, because I also invest in Zillow. And I sold them a home because I was prospecting the day before, and I had a home that I went to see that it fit the criteria perfectly, and there was no inventory in the MLS. I would have never have found that home if I wasn't prospecting the night before or the day before. So you start learning your market, and I recommend for you guys to kind of farm your area. Okay, don't go too crazy. If you live in Kendall, farm Kendall. If you live in Doral, farm Doral. Don't start. If you live in Homestead, don't go all the way to Pembroke Pines, because it's just going to be too complicated. You want to have time. If you have showings and you're working and you're a full-time agent and you're working and stuff, remember, you want to be there stress-free and 10 minutes before. Okay. Any questions about how the call went? Any questions you guys want to ask me right now before I move forward?
Hey, Pablo, I got a question, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Earlier in one of your slides, you said to have the comps but not show them or not talk about them, but then you started talking about them. How do you transition from not talking about comps to talking about comps all of a sudden?
You gotta decide that. I know that might have been a little confusing. So what I meant is that I don't leave them the comps, but you can talk about them, if you like, but you gotta decide once you're there in front of the for sale by owner, if you're gonna do that. That's why I always say prepare, but you don't have to use them. You don't have to talk about it. It's really 100% up to you. Honestly, in the preview appointment, I don't talk about numbers. I just try to build some rapport with them. Okay? And then I talk about numbers once once they decide to list, and I'll talk about numbers at the listing appointment. When I bring the contract, the seller's disclosure and all that stuff, that's when I talk about numbers. Make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Thanks.
Cool. Anybody else, guys? All right. So now we're going to do a couple of live calls with you to see how it goes. So this is not script. We're going to, I'm just going to literally just call from my phone right now, and we're going to see what happens. All right. It might be pretty, it might be ugly, but you guys are going to see it all. All right. So let's do it. Let me share, first of all, let me share Radix for a second. All right. Can everyone see this here? All right. Okay, so let's see. Sometimes if they say owner, you can just go to property search and find their phone number. I mean their name. Another thing, if the property it's over $1 million, don't call. Text them, send them a text. Just run the same script as you were to do if you call. We'll do it through text, because the higher the price of the property, the more like they just don't want to hear you. They don't want to waste time. They're very busy people, so they don't want to get it. They will literally make your life miserable. And that's just by experience. You might find the occasional, good person, but from my personal experience, I just text them, and they'll most likely text you one. Out of 4 cold texts, you get one. Hey guys, sorry. Can everybody hear me? Okay, sorry about that. I had a technical difficulty. Okay. All right, so let's go back. Can you see that? Okay. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and start calling right away. My apologies for that. So let's see this one in Sunrise. The reason why I'm calling so far away is because I don't want to trash the leads, my market that I prospect. So, in the case, because I'm not planning on following up. So the purpose of this call is just to kind of teach you how the call will go. Okay. So let's start calling. Sorry, guys, give me 1 second. Okay, cool. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. So we're calling 670.
Please leave your message for Michael Shane.
Hi, Michael. Good morning. My name is Pablo Gomez. I'm a local realtor, and I'm calling for the property that went up for sale in Sunrise. Please give me a call back when you do get the chance. I'm just interested to know if you're working with realtors that bring you a fully qualified buyer. If you do, give me a call back at 786-366-9329. Thank you. So that would be kind of the voicemails that I would leave to the for sale by owner. Let's go back and call the next one.
Pablo, have you ever got a specific return on a voicemail?
I'm sorry, can you repeat your question?
Have you ever got a phone call specifically because you left a voicemail?
Yes. I actually I have a listing coming up very soon. When I called the agent, the for sale by owner, she did not come. She did not reply, but she texted me. So we followed up through text, and she actually told me that she had 3 offers on the table. I told her, congratulations. I knew you were going to sell it very fast, as per it was priced very well. And, you know, I kind of just gave her some positive feedback. She said, thank you. Called me 3 days after. The offers were lowball offers, and wanted me to know what I can do for her. Met with her last Sunday, and we'll be leasing the property later this week. So yeah, I do get positive responses from voicemails and from text. The only reason why you want to say that, you know, that if you're working with agents that bring you a fully qualified buyer, is because you don't want to waste your time. If they call you and you tell them that you're a realtor, they'll probably will hang up on you. So if they're calling back, it's because they already know that you're a realtor and that they're interested in, you know, if, in the case that you do have a buyer. Make sense? Okay, so let's call this guy Benito in Hialeah. In Spanish, it's the same exact script. Pretty sure this guy speaks Spanish, but you never know. He has the same name as Bad Bunny. So let's see. All right. You see this here, guys? It says do not call list. I'm not gonna tell you to call or not call. That's really 100% up to you. But my psychology behind it is that if they have their phone number in Zillow, then you are free to call them. So if it's here, Redx got it from Zillow. So I call. It's up to you whether you want to call or not. Okay. So let's call this guy. All right, so let's go to the next one. I just want to get one person to answer the call so I can see, I can show you guys how that will go. Okay, let's find another person here. So let's see Jennifer over here.
Hello.
Hey Jennifer, how you doing? This is Pablo Gomez. I'm a local realtor. How you doing today? I'm sorry, I'm having some problem hearing you.
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing great. I saw that you listed a property in Silo with the zip code 33165. I'm just wondering, are you working with realtors or bringing a fully qualified buyer at this moment of the sale?
I mean, if they bring me a qualified buyer, yes, but I'm not interested in listing right now.
Okay, man, and I completely agree with you. I mean, right now in this market, it makes total sense for you to save the commission and try to sell it on your own. But let me ask you something. I would like to stop by the home, take a quick look at the property and see if I can match you a buyer. Not saying that I have one right now, but if I were to stop by, are you typically available in the evenings or afternoons, or maybe weekends are better for you?
So wait, you don't have a buyer though?
No, at this moment, I do not. I do work with a pool of buyers, but if I tell you that I do have, I'll be lying to you. So if I were to stop by, when will you be available?
Okay, I appreciate that. Thanks for not lying. I guess evenings will be better for me.
Okay, so let me look at my schedule very quickly. I have open Thursday at 7 or Friday around 6. What date will work for you best?
Friday would be better for me.
Okay, Friday at 6?
Yes.
Okay, Jennifer. So what I like doing is that I like sending you a quick email with my resume. So you know exactly who's going to be arriving to your home. That resume is going to have all my information, email and contact information as well. So Jennifer, what is the best email that I can send you that to?
Oh, you can send it to Jennifer
Uh-huh.
at Jennifer at. Actually, I just made this email recently for this specifically.
Oh, you made an email for a specific key of the sale?
Yeah.
Oh, that's very smart. So you don't get a bunch of spam email.
Yeah, that's exactly why I did it. Give me one moment.
Yeah.
So it was Jennifer 8345. No, Jennifer 8345@gmail.com.
Awesome. So I'll be sending you an email very quickly. And now, Jennifer, before I let you go, now that I have you on the phone, let's say that that you do not sell the home on your own, and I'm telling you, I'm positive that you will. Well, let's say that for any reason whatsoever you don't, and this is a conversation that we can have later down the line, would you be interviewing agents like myself to help you sell your home to its highest value?
I mean, I have a friend that does real estate, but yeah, I guess I would be interested in interviewing a few people.
Fair enough.
If I needed to get to that.
Okay, very cool. So yeah, so I'll go ahead and be sending you that email, and I'll text you on Friday before I get to before I head out at 6, so I can confirm that appointment. If anything changes from here and then, please go ahead and just give me a call to cancel. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I was actually going to ask you to confirm on Friday just because I might have a couple of things coming up too. So
No problem. I completely understand. Thank you very much, Jennifer, and see you on Friday at 6.
All right, thank you. What was your name again?
Pablo.
All right, thank you, Pablo.
Bye-bye.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, so Did you guys see how that call went? So
I'm gonna call you Mr. Nice.
Mr. Nice.
That was too
nice. So yeah, so I got the appointment. It's the property is being sold for $180,000. It's not a big deal, but you know, it's just I got the appointment. Now from there, I'll start, you know, do my preview appointment. However, she did say she has a friend that's a realtor. So most likely, and this is just up to me, I will not keep following up with this prospect just because I feel like it is a waste of time if I have a friend that's a realtor. Now that's up to you. If you know, I have a listing right now that he had a family member that's a realtor, and he ended up listing with me because he liked me from the first time I saw them. So it's kind of intuitive, but you know, at the end of the day, I just kind of just keep going to the next call because I find that is a waste of time if they have somebody that they know. Okay. Any questions about the call, guys? Johnson asked if I use a dialer. No, Johnson, I call my farm area is very small, so I just call the people that match my farm area. There's not a lot. I mean, I may call maybe 3 to 5 people a day for by owners that aren't new. But I don't use dialers. I know people that, you know, if you're calling expires and you don't care going everywhere in Florida, that they do use a dialer and they can call, you know, maybe 20 or 25 for by owners in an hour. It works for other people. For me, it doesn't. I just use my phone. So, but if you want to use a dialer, you can. They're kind of expensive though. Yes, Manny did say that she has a friend, but that she will be willing to interview agents. So yeah, in this case, Manny, I agree with you. I might go to the appointment. I won't prospect so strongly, but I might go and see if I can steal her from her friend. Beautiful. Okay. Cool. All right, guys. Another thing that I wanted to show you before I let you go. Somebody asked me about a Google Voice number. Yes, you can use a Google Voice number if you like. So you can know if they call you back, it's from that Google Voice number. It's a for sale by owner, so you can answer automatically. But what I like doing is that I put, okay, so let's say this woman is called Jennifer Rodriguez. I will put Jennifer FSBO Rodriguez, and I'll put the address. So when she calls me, I have the complete address and the name of the person. Or you can use a Google Voice number if you like.
Pablo,
okay.
Question.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, if the lady says she has a friend, a realtor friend already, but she's taking your call, I think she's willing to work with a realtor, right? With other realtors, because she would have already contacted that friend.
100%. 100%. So sometimes what people like doing is they like testing the market. Sorry. And the way they like testing the market is that they list it as a for sale by owner to see if they can sell it on their own and save the commission. And then they eventually list with a friend for, like I said, since she said she's willing to interview other agents, then that would be a good lead to follow up.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Let me show you guys very quickly what I mean by my resume, so you guys can see. So like I said, my resume is my listing presentation. I had Jennifer, which is the person that did my logo and does kind of all my marketing. She is awesome. If you guys see her contact, let me know, and I'll forward you her information. But this is what I pretty much just send them. Like I said, it's a listing presentation. Okay, I'll talk a little bit about lifestyle, about my team, you know, what I do to sell properties and taking pictures and blah blah blah. And it says all my information. But this is my listing presentation. It's not a resume. But I take the opportunity that I have their email to send them this information so they can have it in their records. Okay, I wanted to show you guys something else. I'll keep answering some questions now. So what I also do, and I started doing this now recently, is that I put them in a mail campaign for sold by owners, and I use the personal marketing company. We did a training once, and this website was recommended by that person, and I started using it a lot after that. It has a lot of cool features. So it has, you know, like a client follow-up where you kind of can, oh wait, let me sign in. Okay, so let's say here, client follow-up. You can follow up with a client after you close, obviously, for 5 years for only $25. There's no reason when anybody should not be doing this. When you close a rental or a purchase, take $25 from your commission, put them in this campaign, and they will get a magazine, a postcard on their birthday. They'll get, you know, newsletters up to 5 years, and you don't have to follow up with that client personally. It's just a follow-up system via mail. But what I wanted to show you guys is this. They have a target marketing campaign for sold by owners, and this is how it looks like. So they get 8 postcards, and they get it every other day. Every 4 days, and it only costs $10. Now, what I do and what I like doing is that as soon as I meet them in that preview appointment, I send them a thank you card. And that thank you card, I designed it myself with my information, and I'll put a quote there. Now I send them that saying, thank you very much for meeting with me. And I'll send them a lottery ticket so that they can scratch off. So I send them that lottery ticket just because I want to make an impact. I want to be different. So I mail them that thank you card for meeting with me. And when they receive it, it's great. They call me and they're like, Pablo, I'm so excited. I won $10. I'm going to go buy 10 more to see what happens. You know, it's a fun thing that I do that will remind them, oh, that's the guy that sent me the lottery ticket, you know? Then after that, I will put them in the campaign for sold by owners through the personal marketing company, and they're going to be touched by me until they list, either by mail, either by a call, email, or a text. I mean, it's like I said, it's following up. If you don't follow up, they won't list with you. Okay. Let me stop sharing here.
Pablo.
Yes, sir.
Good morning. Going back to the beginning of this video, you said that we can do a video when we're on our way to the listing saying that the listing is coming soon. Mm-hmm. With the new rules, where they discuss that we're not allowed to do any more coming soon advertisement, does that fall under that criteria, or are we allowed to do that?
That's a good question, and I don't know. So if you don't feel comfortable doing that, I will maybe put something, listing appointment, something like that, or new listing appointment. The only reason why I do that is so I can show people that, you know, I'm an active agent. So it cannot, realistically, it's not coming soon because you haven't gotten the listing. So you might say something like, oh, you know, say the truth, preview appointment, or, you know, appointment at this home. So yeah, kind of along those lines. But yeah, I don't know how to answer that question. I will have to read the law and see if we can do that. Yes or no.
Yeah, I just, from a compliance standpoint, I hear that. And I think I wouldn't say coming soon. I'd say, hey guys, I'm working on a listing presentation right now. More to come this evening, or or look out for me tomorrow morning, and generalize it so that if they ever say, well, you said you were going to a coming soon, and, I wouldn't use that word, because if we use a different word, it keeps you, I guess, in compliance. And that's my only fear. I don't want to get any of the agents in trouble. I know recently somebody said that they went on social media and posted something, and they got a one-time warning, and then the next infraction would not be a warning; it'd be a $5,000 penalty.
Yeah, then I would not do it. So thank you very much, Hector, for saying that. So yeah, I mean, from now on, just don't put coming soon, I guess, because they're getting very strict with that, man. It's crazy. But yeah, let me see some questions. Okay, so I'm gonna put the name of the website now in the chat. Okay, so that's the website. John, what do you mean by meeting prospective clients? Oh, Hector, John did say something like, instead of saying coming soon, you can put meeting prospective clients.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, the idea is to keep it as general as possible and use every word that you can use, but do not use the word coming soon, because you can use any word and say, hey guys, there'll be something on the market, look out for it, inquiring minds want to know, or something like that, to keep them intrigued.
Mm-hmm.
But just don't use the word coming soon. And I think from a legal standpoint, and I've worked with over 50 attorneys in the last 20 years, that little word coming soon, or omitting that word, is going to keep you in compliance, for lack of a better term.
Yeah,
so yeah,
I completely agree. So yeah, guys, do not put coming soon. Yeah, so Lauren, the listing presentation that I got, it's the generic one that Lifestyle uses. So if you want to see what kind of documentation and kind of wording I put there, just go to LRR Connect and it'll be there. If you do have any, let me put my email here. If you want me to send you mine, just send me your email. Okay, so I just put my email in the chat. Just send me an email if you want me to send you my listing presentation. Okay. Any other questions, guys, before I finish the training?
How much do I send you for this training? So I got some.
Wait, what? Can you repeat the question? I didn't hear you. Tony. We can't hear him.
You lost me?
Yeah. What did you say?
Hey, how much do I send you for this training? So I got some really good value.
Nothing, brother. It's my pleasure to do it for free, man. It's just.
Send me an invoice.
Dale, I got you. All right, guys. So I'll finish the training here. If you guys have any questions down the line, please feel free to call me. And I hope you guys learned something today, okay? Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.